Welcome to Coffee and Conversation for ESL Listening. I'm Donielle.
And I'm Khrystyna. So grab a cup and join the conversation.
Hey, I was just laughing as we're coming in because as it was quiet waiting for the countdown, all of a sudden I could hear my cat.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, that'll sound real nice.
Oh, poor thing.
I think he settled down now. Anyway, how are you?
Doing okay. Hey, good to see you again.
Good to see you. It's almost Friday. We've almost made it through another week. Yeah. Well, things being as they are, basically it's a day-by-day thing if you survive.
Yes. Yeah. Well, take one day at a time. So it's
one day at a time. Yes. So anything new in your world?
Well, not much. Just, busy things here and there. Work is busy. Life is busy. But no, I mean, it's gotten hot in here.
Oh, yeah. Here too.
So, yeah, you would like that. I'm not a big fan. However,
I know.
Last weekend, it was just so nice. It was upper 70s, low 80s. And I think I spent more time on my porch than I did inside the house.
Well, that's great.
I was ready to sleep in that porch because it was so nice. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, well, if we tried to do that, the mosquitoes would find their way in, even though we have screens.
Yeah, my son wanted to play badminton.
Oh,
I'm kind of doing a little pregame.
Yes, we're pregame in the pregame here.
Yes. And I really enjoy playing badminton, and he has gotten so much better, like with his coordination, all that. Usually you play badminton, if you're not good at it, it's like one pass and it's down. But we actually were pretty good. But because we were doing it in the evening around dinner time, I was like, oh gosh, mosquitoes were out. It was
They're vicious.
They are vicious. And I am a mosquito magnet. They see me. Yeah, they see me a mile away and they're all coming in like, hey, she's out.
She looks tasty.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Not a good trait to have.
It's so funny that you're talking about that because that leads us a nice segue, as it were, a segue lead in to our topic. We're going to talk about sports and games today. I don't know how much I will talk about sports because that's not really my thing. So, but we figure, it's all in the same sort of general area. So we'll kind of put those together. Yeah, and then we'll talk about the thing that I really like is games.
Sounds good.
Right.
Sounds good.
Okay, so sports and games, that's something people seem to have in common all over the world, even though the sports may be different.
Yep.
Were sports something that was big for you growing up at all?
Absolutely. Yes. Since the most popular sport, which I have a little kind of funny facts here. Well, not funny, but like facts about the most popular sports in the world. I guess I'll start with the most popular sport in the world because that's what I grew up playing and learned how to do it. But soccer, as they call it in the United States, but the rest of the world call it football. But I remember my dad taught me how to play soccer. And it's just something that as soon as you learn how to walk, you learn how to play soccer. That's how you were. And you always see kids outside, like in the neighborhood or at school during break or recess, or like they always playing soccer everywhere or just on the street. Yeah. So I remember doing that. And apparently it is the most popular sport in the world.
I believe it.
It has estimated number of fans is 3.5 billion.
Oh my.
Yes.
Wow.
So, yeah.
But what's so weird about this, and I always say this to my students, I've got students from all over the world and soccer is big everywhere. And it's just not that popular here. It's getting more so. But like when I was growing up, I mean, I don't even think kids do it. And then later it became a thing where, okay, school kids, they have soccer teams and stuff like that. But then that's it. Nobody cared about any kind of professional soccer or anything. It was all about baseball and our football, American football. But it's just very strange that a sport that is so popular with so many people, we just can't get on board with it that much. It's really odd.
Right. And when you think of it, like where it's popular, like Europe, obviously, South and Central America, Africa, some parts of Asia, but most of the world has it as one of
Yeah.
their popular sports, but not here. Definitely not here. Have you ever learned how to play it or?
No. I
Kind
know
of
that will shock you beyond belief that no.
kind of thought that was the answer, but
If you were a betting kind of gal.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I really didn't learn how to play any kind of sports. I think I told you last time we had this conversation about growing up and they'd throw you on the team and gym class and just expect that you know how to play softball or whatever. And I didn't know. Or volleyball. I mean, it's like, okay, I get the general idea. You got to get the ball across and keep it moving. But there are other parts to it. And I never knew. And it was just so awkward.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually enjoyed playing sports when I was in school, when I was
That's
young
good.
and when I was a kid, but then in school because, yeah, you do play. And I even did sports outside of school too, like
Oh.
athletics and extracurricular kind of stuff. But it was just, I don't know. I feel like it's just something you did. Like I learned how to play soccer. I learned how to play basketball. I knew how to play volleyball. You just knew how to do it. Oh, dodgeball. That was a big thing at school too. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Like we played dodgeball as part of our PE.
Same. And I hated it because the kids were like, well, let's see how much damage we can do with this thing, and they were out for blood, man. They were like, bam, whipping that thing at you and wanting to leave bruises.
Oh, you got a duck. You got.
Yeah, I'm not good at that. Have you figured this out yet? Yeah. Oh, I really stunk so bad at everything. Yeah. And this brings me to my next point. There are team sports and then there are individual sports. And I think I would have done better at individual sports. And in fact, I had this very brief stint. Stint means like a short period of time where you do something.
Yeah.
I had a very brief stint where I was on the track team.
Oh.
Yeah, because I did kind of like to run. Can't imagine it now. But then I was like, no. I lost interest pretty quickly.
Yeah. I don't mind running. I just feel like I don't have time for it now. And I think the other part of it is I just feel like I'm just constantly tired.
Yeah. Like I said, I used to like the short distance runs, and sprints and things like that. The distance running I hated because I would just get bored.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. So funny story about my childhood. When I was in high school, one summer, when I was still doing the sports, I went to this summer camp, but it was like a sports summer camp, right? So there were a bunch of athletes and we had a group of people that we used to do like athletics together and all that. And then there was a group of boxers, like different athletes.
yeah.
So I remember every morning and every afternoon we had trainings, right? So we had to do certain things and we had to run so many miles. And it was kind of a mountainous, hilly area. So we had to run so many miles through those hills and forests and all that. And it was fun. Like at that time, I enjoyed it very much. But the funny thing was that every time after we had our trainings, at the end of the night, they would have a dance. Kind of like a little, And our coach would literally kick us out of our cabins to go and dance. And we would all complain, right? Because we're tired and we were training and running. He's like,
dance.
Right. But he was right to do that because it helped us. You didn't feel sore next day.
Oh,
For some reason, dancing helped. So, but yeah, it was fun though. At that time, it was fun. Now I wouldn't do it. Like, hell no.
Goodness. Yeah. Well, so was there any sport that you were not good at that you wanted to be good at?
Oh, yeah. Plenty. But figure skating. I always wanted to learn how to figure skate. And I just never had a chance to really learn. I tried to figure skate a couple times, and nah, that was not a good sight to see me with the skates on.
Yeah, I tried skating a couple of times too, and uh, it was awkward. And
Hmm.
my cat is meowing again. So if you hear that,
Oh,
guys,
I think your cat wants
hi.
to be a part of this conversation.
Oh my gosh, yes, she's all about it. Okay, well, I won't answer that question for myself because we know I stunk at all of them and I didn't want to be good at any of them. I didn't care, I just didn't want to play.
Oh God.
Let's see. What about, instead of talking about sports that you participated in, what about spectator sports? Do you like spectator sports? Any kind of games you like to watch?
Yeah, I don't mind watching sports. In fact, hockey, right? So, for example, I've
Okay.
always liked hockey, but our town has a minor league hockey game here, and
Okay.
they're actually pretty good. And it's so much fun to go to the game, the actual.
Okay.
So, we've been doing that quite a bit here, supporting local team, and it's just fun. You go there, and sometimes it gets a little rough, so you're watching the fights.
So
It's a,
people can
you
like
know,
that part of it.
sometimes it's like, oh, come on, seriously. But it is a very fast paced game. So I think I am more of a fan of fast paced games, right? So, like,
Same.
yeah, soccer is a fast paced game because there's
Yes.
always something happening, right? People are going back and forth and all that. Hockey is a
Mhm.
fast paced game. However, football, American football, it is not my thing. I do not enjoy watching it at all. And I just won't watch it. It makes no sense to me and I just don't like it. But here's where I'm conflicted with the games that I watch here and go to, and then my son plays and all that. And it's a big cultural thing in the United States. Baseball. I think I started
Ugh.
appreciating it a little more. It doesn't look like you're a fan. It's so the very first time I watched the baseball game, I was in Cincinnati, Ohio. When I was at the camp here, the boys took us out to the game. And it was a cultural experience, and they were so excited
Yeah,
because
sure.
the team played that they liked and all that. And I sat there in agony in 100-degree weather for 3 hours of
Ugh.
pure boredom and just misery. It was
Yeah, misery.
horrible.
That sums it up.
I,
Sorry, I
I
know it's the American,
yeah, but it
sport
was
thing, but
It was
ugh,
horrible because
I get it.
first, I didn't understand the game. I didn't know what was happening, right? What the rules are. Then it was extremely slow because when you think of it, nothing's happening. They're all just standing around.
A lot of standing. And the
Yes.
minute you look away, that's the thing. You can be watching like, okay, okay, let's see.
Nothing.
And then you get distracted, so you look over here for a second, and then you hear the audience in the stands,
Yeah.
"Ah!" And you're like, what the
What
heck?
just
I just
happened?
looked away for a minute. It's not even a minute, a second.
Yeah, yeah. And
Ugh.
usually when they have these games, it's hotter than frying pan out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just not enjoyable experience. Well, was not enjoyable experience. But I think once I started learning the rules about baseball, and then when my son started playing with the little kiddos and all that, you kind of enjoy it a little more. But if I ever have free time, what would I like to do? Baseball would not be my choice.
I
No,
get it.
no.
I feel like I've probably told this story before when I used to work at this one office and they would take us for a summer outing
Yeah.
and we'd go for lunch and that part was good because we'd go to this nice Italian restaurant like that. But
Hmm.
then it all went wrong because we had to go see a Cubs game and it was so boring. And I remember like I'd bring stuff with me to entertain myself because I could not sit
Oh
there
my
for 3 hours.
gosh.
Oh yeah, it was
Oh,
ridiculous. So
wow.
I know, but I do actually enjoy watching football. Yes, but not outside though, because the one and only time I went to a Bears game,
Hmm.
it was dead of winter. It was freezing cold. It was
Yes.
miserable. And you can't even see or hear what's going on. You don't know what's going on. So
Hmm.
people sit there in the stands with their headphones listening to the announcers. And it's like, why don't you just stay home?
I know. Why are
Yeah.
you freezing yourself
Yeah.
here with
It's
the
really
oh
awful.
yeah, that's weird. Yeah,
And I
I've
do
never
like basketball.
basketball is fun too because it is a fast-paced game and kind of
Yeah.
running around and all that. But I've never been to a football game here and I don't think I've ever want to go.
Yeah.
So
I don't think you're missing much. Well, we've pretty much used half our time on sports, shockingly.
yes.
I don't know, can't even
Well,
believe I had that much to
right.
say, but okay, so let's move on to games. That's where I really
Yes.
shine. When you were a kid, did you have board or card games that you used to play?
So here's the funny thing. My family wasn't much into games. So we didn't play much as a family. We played some card games with friends and cousins, and then I'm trying to think if we played board games. No, not really. I didn't start playing board games until I moved here and got into it a
Okay.
little more.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What about you?
Well,
I mean,
my grandmother, yeah, what about me?
ah,
My grandmother used to play Scrabble,
mhm.
and she had this really cool set that was from the 1960s. And it's much different than anything you see now. They don't make them like this anymore.
Wow.
And so I remember being very young and playing Scrabble with her. And I would win too, because I was into the word games. And everybody would just
Right.
kind of laugh, like, how is she winning? I'm like, I don't know. I like this kind of thing. So she got me into that. But whenever anybody was playing a game, like adults and stuff, I'd be like right there trying to work my way. Can I play? Can I play?
Aw,
Yeah.
so you like that kind of stuff
Oh,
early
always.
on.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
always.
God.
Love games. And the funny thing is, I'm not particularly great at them either.
Oh,
That's the
yes, you
crazy thing.
are.
Yes. No, no, no. If it's a game of luck, I almost never win. If it's a game of strategy, I
Mhm.
have a fighting chance.
Well, you gotta use your
So games of
brain.
luck, no. This is why
Yeah.
I'm going to Vegas next month, and I will not be going to the casinos because I know my luck, and I will just be handing them my money and saying, "Take
Yeah,
it,
it's true.
take it."
Yeah, yeah, no. For some reason, I've never had a interest in playing casino games. I don't know
No.
why.
Well,
Mm-mm.
they're boring games.
Yeah, and
It
it's
looks like there's so many different things, but it's the same
same concept.
essentially game, and it's not like my kind of thing. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
which is good because I would lose my money for sure.
Well, yeah.
100%, 100%. Um,
So, do you have an all-time favorite board game?
yeah, it's probably going to have to be Scrabble, the old fashioned. Yeah. Now you can play that same kind of game on a mobile app, and you can play those with strangers. So that's kind of fun. I play that a lot too.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun.
So, so yeah, Scrabble is my game. Card games, I love those. Any kind of card
Mhm.
games,
Mhm.
definitely.
So, I remember when you lived here in Illinois and we would come over to your house, and you had this beautiful basement and you
Oh yeah,
had this whole room where it was just full of games. I was
yeah,
like,
miss
that was
that.
legendary.
It was, and they're just still sitting here in my closet now, and so many of them I've never played,
Like, yeah.
and some of them are really cool. They're vintage, I would say. You know,
Mm-hmm.
some of them from the '60s and '70s, and a lot of them I like just because the box looks really cool, or it's just an
Yeah.
interesting game that they don't play anymore. And I had this idea with a friend of mine. She always comes here and we play games
Uh-huh.
daily. And all of a sudden, I had this idea that I should make a video of, or videos,
Yeah.
playing these kind of forgotten games, explaining how they're played, and actually play them and talk about that. Wouldn't that be fun?
I think you should absolutely have your own YouTube channel
I
where
don't know
you
that
could
anybody would
post
watch it.
these. You would be surprised. You would absolutely be surprised
Yeah, yeah,
because I think that's a great idea. I'm sure there's so many people out there who are also game fanatics and
yeah.
they would love to see this. Oh, you
And the
should
thing
absolutely
of
do
it,
it.
I know, and it's interesting games that you don't see. So it's kind of cool to see these sort of
Hmm?
vintage games. But yeah, so what else? Are you a competitive game player?
I don't think so because I like to play games for fun, right?
Yes.
And sometimes people get so competitive that it kind of takes that fun out of it. I mean,
Seriously.
I feel like I'm competitive to a degree, right? I'm not crazy like
Right.
if I lose a game that I'm going to go nuts. But no, it's okay. It's okay to lose. However, I do have beginner's luck.
Okay.
Most of the time when I play something or try something for the very first time, I do really well. And then after that is downhill.
Actually, that reminds me of me with bowling. Yeah, it used to be like that. I would not bowl very often, but when
Yeah.
I would start off really great, and people are like, "Oh, wow, she's a great bowler," and I'm like, "No, no, 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 I am not. This will change very quickly," and
Yes.
it would.
Oh yeah, that happened to me too. I remember first time bowling, I was like, "Oh man, this is really cool." And then after that, every game after that, I was like, "Oh gosh, I'm
Yeah.
horrible at this."
Gutter, gutter, gutter.
Yeah,
So
like
here's
holy moly.
some phrases I think are interesting to talk about. Sore loser.
Oh yes,
Yeah. So there are definitely people who are sore losers, and that means if they don't win the game, they get really mad. They start
they
yelling.
just
Sometimes
yell it.
flip
Yeah.
over the table. Oh, that reminds me. So one of my friends, when we were coming back from I don't know where, some trip, and we were in the airport waiting, and so we busted out these card games that we always like to play, and we had a
Oh,
long layover. So we laid the suitcases on the side and we made a little table out of it. And so we were playing the game, and at one point my friend, she just lost really badly, like 3 hands in a
oh
row.
no!
And she got fake mad. She wasn't serious, but she's like, "This stupid game." And she flipped the suitcase up. And the cards go flying
Flying
everywhere.
around. Oh my
We all just started
gosh!
laughing. And then some people were in the waiting area and they're like, "Oh, I can see who lost over here."
Well, yeah. Well, I used to have a friend whose husband was extremely competitive. And it was to the point that nobody wanted to play games with him
That
because,
takes the fun out of it.
right, when he would lose, like he would flip the table literally and just storm
Yeah,
off and
people do
go and
that.
leave the house. And I was like, come on, dude, this is just Uno. Like, don't,
Oh, no.
you know, like,
It's the same sort of mentality of people who get really mad when their sports team doesn't win.
and
It's like,
that's called,
this is not affecting your life in
right,
any way.
right. But talking about sore loser, like, not the term for it is poor sportsmanship, too,
Yeah,
right? When you lose and then
definitely.
you blame everybody else too, that's their fault.
And
Come
some
on.
people cheat.
Oh,
Why?
yes.
I don't even want to cheat because to win like that just takes all the fun out of it. I don't understand, but people will do it.
Yeah, yeah. But then again, that's the thing. When you play these games or like sports, it does not affect your life in any way. Why
No.
get so mad? Why take it so personally? It's just for fun.
Yeah,
So,
it's
yeah,
very strange. I don't know.
it is. It is.
Okay, well, let's see. So, what other games would you say you play now?
Well, I mentioned Uno here because that's kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
like our family favorite. And my 12-year-old son goes into this whole mode of smack talk while we're playing.
Oh my god.
And it's so funny. We always have a funny smack talk. But he always says, there is no family in Uno.
Oh my gosh. Your kid is hilarious.
So that's a family favorite. But you were talking about all these games that you have, and I have a closet right behind me. You can see the door. And it's full of games. But same thing, there's some that we haven't even opened and been there for a
Yeah.
while, or some that we maybe played once and then didn't go back. But even when our son was very little, we tried to buy him all these little games like Hungry Hippo or
Yeah.
the thing that loops around and you have to push buttons and do these little matching things. So the other day, here's a funny thing. I come home and he and my mother-in-law, she's staying with us for a couple of weeks right now, are playing Go Fish.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Can't tell you the last time I played that game.
It's fun. It is fun. It's a simple game, but it is kind of fun. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And sometimes I think with all the games that I have, and we seem to gravitate towards the same ones over and over. And it's like, we should really try something new. But oh, I love this game. I did get a new game recently, and I don't think anybody enjoyed it as much as I did, but I think you would like it, actually.
What is it? What is
Okay.
it?
So it's called Poetry for Neanderthals.
I've seen it.
Yes.
actually. Yes.
And
And
so what you do is you have to get someone to guess the word on your card. And you can give whatever clues you want to give, but it can only be one syllable. And someone from the opposing team is sitting next to you, watching you and making sure you don't break a rule. And if you do, there's this blow up bat, like a
you get
caveman bat,
whacked with.
and you whack them with it. I was having so much fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So do you remember when we used to go to conferences when
Oh,
we taught together?
that was
And
the
you
best
would,
part of the conference.
yes, you would always bring games with you, and we would get either in the lobby or somebody's room and we would play. And I feel like every time our go to game was Taboo,
Oh, that's a great game.
right? Where you have a card and a word that your teammate has to guess, but
Mm-hmm.
you can start giving clues, but you cannot use words on that card when you're giving
Yep.
clues. And I remember it was hilarious because somebody like me who was still kind of new to this whole English language thing, oh, we had some wild,
I still
wild clues.
I still remember the thoroughbred. I don't even know what it was, but we said something about thoroughbred, which is a horse, by the way, and somehow she got bread out of it, and so she was saying something else having to do with peanut butter, and I don't know. I don't know. It was so funny. But yeah, so I thought of you with this game that I was talking about, this Neanderthal game, because I remember with Taboo, you would be, if you were the one that was watching the reader to make sure that they didn't use a word on the card, and there was that little buzzer, and you'd be like right in there. Bah, 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 bzz, 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 bzz. And the more tired you would get, the more wacky and goofy you would get, and you'd be like, buzz, 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 buzz. So I could see you with that bat. You'd be whacking people left and right.
Oh my god.
So we got to play it next time. Long
We
story short.
should. We should. So, speaking about games, I just played a new game with our friends, family friends, and it's called Herd Mentality.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah.
It's actually
what it
kind of
is.
neat. Yeah, it's kind of neat. So, you have a question, right? So, you would say, I don't know, a cookie. Let's say a type of cookie. And everybody has to write down some type of cookie that they think is the most popular. Right? So then everybody says the name of that cookie. And if people match and have people say the same type of cookie, like you get a point. And then if you don't, I guess you get this pink cow or something like that that you get stuck with. It's so weird.
Oh, so like if you get a herd of cows, then you're losing essentially.
Yeah. But it's like the whole
That's
thing of
hilarious.
herd mentality is like that
Yeah.
everybody thinks the same way, right? It has to
Yeah,
be the most
that is
popular
a good
answer.
phrase.
Yeah. Yeah. It was kind of neat,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh my goodness, time comes
know.
and goes. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
yeah.
Ugh, but
So
any last thoughts that we want to say about games?
I say if somebody never tried playing games, go for it. Absolutely go for it. Even if you're not sure because sometimes if there's a new game, there's that learning curve and you're trying
Yeah.
to figure out how to play it. And sometimes people get frustrated or they get like scared, right? Well, I don't know how to play it. I'm going to lose.
Yeah.
You know what? Lose.
Who cares if you
Go
lose?
for
I
it.
lose all the time.
Right. But once you learn how to play it, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to have so much fun. And I wish when I was growing up that as a family, we would play more
Yeah.
games because
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun and your families will enjoy it too. So why not?
And the way everything is so expensive these days, it is a nice, cheap form of entertainment.
Right. Well, and the thing is that there's so much video gaming now everywhere
Yeah.
that table games are kind of,
Yeah.
people are not looking at those anymore. But,
Exactly. It's sort
but
of
it's so much better, I feel like. It's so much better for development, for brain, for
Yep.
like practicing your thinking and all that stuff. I think it's way better than just video games.
totally agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, so I just want to give everybody a last reminder here again. We got the show notes. Sometimes I forget to say that, but definitely go check out the show notes. We'll explain a little bit more about some of the phrases that we mentioned here, maybe some cultural notes, something interesting. So check those out. And you know what? If you're enjoying these episodes and show notes have been helpful for you, and you ever think to yourself, I'd really like to buy these girls a coffee. You totally can.
Yes. We love coffee.
We love coffee. So wherever you get your podcasts, you'll find some links where you can buy us a coffee, and we would love that. But other than that, I think that's all I've got. And until next time, here's to good coffee, good vibes, and great conversations.
Cheers.
Cheers.